Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Sunday Funday. And as you can see, we are, of course, talking about the not so worldwide phenomenon of Detective Pikachu. Not speaking shit about it, but it was not the number one movie. It was not able to unseat Avengers. Not that that's really a thing that we were too surprised. No offense. Like, Avengers is kind of a. It's beyond a tentpole movie. It's now become kind of just like a cultural phenomenon in a way that very few movies have ever been. Like, maybe, even though Avatar has technically made more money right now, as far as I know, I don't think even Avatar was as culturally, like, impactful as Avengers Endgame has been. Yeah, we're talking about Avengers still, 3 weeks later.
With good reason.
Yeah, I'm about to say, it's a fantastic movie. There's little to get unhappy with Avengers. Some people were trying to be edgelords, like, well, they could have done this instead.
Well, I mean, there are some things that are unhappy, but
They're supposed to be.
Like ball a little bitch territory here.
Yeah, but since we couldn't just go see Avengers for a third week in a row, yeah, we've seen it twice. I know some people are like, I've seen it 85 times. Like, good for you, you don't have that much money to throw at it. We went and saw, of course, Detective Pikachu. I have... Just to preface this a bit, I am a Pokemon nerd. I'm not a hardcore Pokemon nerd. I, of course, came into Pokemon with Gen 1. Of course, I'm 31. I was about to say I'm 32. I'm like, nope.
Later.
Not yet. Later this year.
This year.
But yeah, I came in Gen 1 with Kanto region, even though at the time I don't think it was even named that. Mm-hmm. And I really enjoyed it. There was so much of a interesting thing. It was my real good introduction to RPGs. Even though I would say it was, let's just put it this way, it was very basic. It still has not evolved a ton. Not as much as it probably should, especially in terms of the battle system. But we're not here to talk about that. Just want to give y'all how I am in the Pokemon.
Give his backstory.
Yeah. And I will also say I kept playing all the way through Gold and Silver. I'm a Silver guy. Personally love Lugia. Ho has always been just kind of eh. He just looks like a big ass Spearow to me, or Fearow actually technically. Yeah. Meg's like, you're talking Japanese now. I don't know what you're saying.
Nerd.
I fell off because I did not get a Game Boy Advance, so I could not get into Ruby and Sapphire. Although I wanted to almost get it for Leaf Green, but that's a whole other thing. Pokemon released like 4 different versions of the original game. Yeah. Thankfully, there's now, I think, even more.
What do you do, Basil?
But I kind of fell off from it there, though I did try to get back into it come Diamond and Pearl. Though I couldn't get as much into it just because it became way too much of a grind near the end. Like, it got to the point where I felt like I was just grinding out for one fucking level. Which is something else to talk about Pokemon. But I still say I play the online game. I actually kind of enjoy the Pokemon online trading card game, mind you. I think it's very interesting. Also, you can see a bunch of the different new Pokemon, and I think it does a better way of interacting all the different characters and different creatures. But that doesn't have much to do with Detective Pikachu. And I think if you wouldn't mind, I should probably start us off, since I am probably the big nerd out of this to give opinions about this film.
Yeah, just to let y'all know, I didn't really grow up with Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, or any of that stuff that you nerds did.
I've been trying to get her into Magic the Gathering at least, so... Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! I like Yu-Gi-Oh! Up to about X-Seed monsters. After that, I don't give a shit. Sorry, I don't like Link monsters. I don't get them. I'm stupid. And I don't like Pendulum monsters. I fucking don't get those at all. Especially since I've been explained to it 3 different ways. Makes it, you just said a whole lot.
I was about to say, it's like, you just spoke Japanese again.
I like Yu-Gi-Oh! I like some of the cards. I still have some of my original cards. Of course, it didn't help that, just to say a little bit about Yu-Gi-Oh! About in a Pokemon review. I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! For a while back in high school, because it came about that time for us. And I was really big into it. But it got to the point to where I didn't really play competitively because they started coming out. I mean, to tell you right whenever I originally got into Yu-Gi-Oh, the banned and restricted list hadn't even came out. Yeah, that was a thing. But by the time it came out, and I was like, I was already playing with a bunch of my friends, but I kind of quit. It wasn't because, oh, I was just getting tired of it, but I built a deck that just didn't lose, and I got bored.
I say you got.
I got bored.
I say you just got bored and uninterested. And it's like, well, this holds no challenge for me.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't like games.
I would say he's all about a challenge.
That's really why I love Magic the Gathering. Like even like.
Even though like 99% of the time that we play, you win.
To be fair, it's because you don't know how to work your elves. To be nerdy.
Hey now. All I gotta say.
Gotta make them twerk on that corner. Corner? Did I say corner? I think I'm... Don't mind me, y'all. I'm retarded. I got snorted.
Oh my god, I have an extra giggly mood this weekend.
This weekend?
Yeah.
So, now that we have talked about everything but Pokemon,
the movie,
let's talk about Detective Pikachu, and I will give my opinions about it. Long and short, this is an adorable flick. The Pokemon look rather cute throughout most of this. When they're supposed to be intimidating, they look intimidative. But god damn, is this an uninteresting movie throughout a good chunk of it. Of course, this is not firmly rooted in the Pokemon lore, though it wants to be. We're probably going to spoil this movie for you, so just let you know, my review is Megan's, I think, is a meh. I think Megan's very hard meh about the film.
Yeah, this is obviously not a movie geared towards people who didn't grow up with this kind of stuff. Or even kids nowadays who, are getting into this stuff. It obviously geared towards fans, and if you're not into it from the start, I think it makes it a little bit harder to enjoy the film.
I think it does try a decent job of trying to explain the world of Pokemon a bit. Although, realistically, the biggest issue for me throughout this entire movie, and I got that it wasn't going to go into this a ton, is the fact there's no real battling. There's no real action, for lack of a better way to put it. Like, to be honest, like, the only real Pokemon battles, there is one that you've seen in the trailers between Pikachu and Charizard, which really is not much of a battle. It's just a nice way to put it to think of in wrestling terms. It's a squash match that happens to get fucked up because Charizard's doped up, is a nice way of putting it. The other one is technically a little bit of fighting between Pikachu and Mewtwo, which Mewtwo you see in the trailers.
Yeah, some of the trailers.
And just quick thing that kind of pestered me a little, and this is a nitpick, I'm fully admitting it. I like that they had the original person, or the original young lady that did the Pikachu voice, the Pika Pika. Either there's somebody who did a really good rendition of it. I didn't mind the person who did Psyduck, even though it wasn't quite Psyduck. But it was, to be fair, that would have gotten old quick. Psyduck got old real quick in the cartoon. But everything else, like, very rarely did they ever say their names, which is kind of a Pokemon thing. It was weird. Mewtwo I got, though it was weird that they didn't get the actor from Mewtwo, Mewtwo Strikes Back, the original first ever Pokemon movie, which I know people, it's really maybe derivative? I don't know how to describe it. Some people love it, some people hate it. It's
divisive.
It's very divisive too. I personally loved the actor who did his voice. I thought he gave Mewtwo a menace that very few characters have ever been able to emulate. Here, it's this weird thing that you can tell that they heavily changed somebody's voice, so it doesn't really work. And I got talking to one other thing that was funny, and we're gonna spoil shell this movie.
Talking about the merging.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a reason why. Actually, there's not a reason why Pikachu's able to talk to Justin Smith. Name is Tim. I kept forgetting his name until they kept screaming at the end of the movie. Yeah, for a while there, I'm like, it's funny. They kept calling him. What was his dad's last name? Like Hanford?
Greenwood or
Yeah, they kept saying it. You're Greenwood son, Greenwood son, Greenwood son. It was getting kind of funny until Pikachu yelled Tim for like 5 minutes straight. It was like, okay, his name's Tim, I guess. But this is pretty much like a corporate espionage movie, which, if that sounds like a fun Pokemon movie to you, you're high. But yeah, he stumbles across, or he's going to Rhyme City, as it even describes, to figure, or to pretty much, I guess, lay to rest his dad, even though they straight up say it's like they don't have a body. It's like, well, how do you know he's dead?
because no one could survive that car crash.
Yeah.
It's not like it was like this big fiery explosion.
Yeah, it's a car flipping off of a bridge that's like about 15 feet tall. I mean, I know that might kill a Spartan, but you know. Sorry, we were playing Halo earlier. Somehow a 15-foot thing almost killed me. I'm like, oh.
No, it really was a 4-foot fall.
I don't know. It was not very tall.
He's like, and somehow that knocked out
Half my life in shield. I don't know what the fuck
like,
happened there. But, yeah, so supposedly his dad's dead, even though they have no body, and he never really says anything. In fact, it takes Pikachu to say something about it. But Pikachu's amnesiac. He's like, I don't remember anything. And, of course, has Ryan Reynolds' voice. Which they do use that to some extent, though it feels like it's reined in a little too far.
Yeah, like he's really having to kind of censor himself in his usual pretty funny humor.
Yeah, and there is some moments he's allowed to have a little bit of more lewd humor, like not just in terms of cursing. Well, he only has technically one curse word, and that's
Get me the hell out of here!
"Get the hell out of here!" That you see in the trailers is actually really funny. But I really wish they would have went full hog on. Made this a PG-13 movie. You know, let Pikachu by the end of this movie say "fuck." That would have been funny. I think everybody would have giggled their ass off at it. And
But no, we gotta make it more kid-friendly.
yeah, they aim this really hard at kids. Because the plot, in all essence, is, alright, well, his dad's not dead, and Pikachu and him have to work together.
His estranged father.
Yeah, his estranged father.
That's not really explained, like...
It's said away in a line, and that's it. It's like, okay, well, thanks.
Yeah, it's kind of, like, hinted at in these sort of flashbacks, like when he goes to his dad's apartment after his dad dies.
Yeah, he sees about his mother passing, or mother dying from that horrible off-screen disease thing. That kills a lot of people, you know?
Yeah, flashback, like he's about to get on a train, but decides to stay with his grandmother, and then there's another flashback just a couple minutes after that where, like, it's like, oh, you know, this is the most important day for me. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, honey, but your mom had to go to the doctor all of a sudden. Or something, then later somebody comes by and lets them know, like, oh, his mom's dead.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, why is he estranged from his dad? It's not...
Said that his dad kind of poured himself into his work. Though it would have been better just straight up make him an actual pour himself into, you know, a bottle. Let himself get... Like, at one point they visit a coffee bar.
It's like...
Let it be a bar. You know, let that... The reason why he goes there. Because his father frequented it a lot. That would have been, you know, much more of an emotional thing, especially... Let's just admit, it's like one of the big problems that a lot of people have with Pokemon, even people who really like Pokemon, the stories are very geared towards kids. I mean, geared towards kids with a capital K, and they don't get bigger than 5. And because of that, their stories tend to be super simplistic. And not only that, but they think that kids can't handle alcoholism. They can't handle death. They can't handle really anything. And it's like, alright, these are mature adults. Like, Tim is supposed to be, I'm guessing, an adult. Because he has a job, and, you know...
they mentioned he wanted to be a Pokemon trainer growing up, and he instead ends up working in insurance.
Yeah. And the Pokemon trainer thing kind of comes up once, and that's it.
Yeah.
And it would have been nice if we got more instances of that. Maybe he gets his old trainer gear and works with Detective Pikachu. Maybe he befriends another Pokemon that, used to be his, or anything. That would have been very cool. That would have tied more of the story together. Instead, the big problem is you're going from one spot to another spot to get the plot moving forward. And every now and then you might have a little side character come in. And just to throw it out here, Justice Smith, he's not bad. He's a lot better than he was in Lost World Part 2, also known as Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Fuck that movie. I mean, he's better in that, but it's just because he's not screaming throughout the entire film. But other than that, he's just kind of bland. That's his biggest downfall, but he's leagues better than everybody else.
Oh, is that for Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds. He's his normal charming self, especially since he's an adorable little Pikachu. But, like, they have Bill Nighy in here, who, yeah, he's going to be a little hammy. And I'm like, cool, Bill Nighy. He's the bad guy. I knew that coming. I'm like, okay, he's going to be the bad guy as soon as I saw Bill Nighy. Mm-hmm. And they tried to make it fake out, like, maybe it's his son who's kind of doesn't care about Pokemon, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, it's Bill Nighy. Bill Nighy's always going to be the bad guy.
Yeah, he's been experimenting on all these Pokemon.
So he can, because he wants to evolve by putting himself into Mewtwo's body and then forcing everybody to
merge with their Pokemon. I say their Pikachu.
Man, merge with your Pikachu sounds dirty. And somehow, I don't know what the fuck. Like, as somebody who loves Pokemon, who even will accept some of the stupider parts of the first movie, this is up there with worse than even the line of, Pokemon aren't made to fight, not like this. It's like, because it was just one of those head-tilting moments. But yeah, to talk about some of the side characters, you have Ken Watanabe. God, I love the guy. He always delivers good, solid performances. Dear God, is he wasted in this. Just giving crap lines to give, and he doesn't give a shit.
I would say he has, like, 3 scenes in the whole freaking movie.
And one of them, he becomes a Snubble. It's kind of adorable.
Yeah, he merges with his little, like, pit bull-looking Pokemon.
I think technically it's a Bulldog Pokemon. It's like... Because they're not... Even though Pikachu, he's the electric rat Pokemon. Even though technically he's a bunny.
Nerd.
I know some of them. I don't know all
Oh,
of them.
I have to say.
Hey, at least we didn't have the ice cream Pokemon. There's a Pokemon that is literally an ice cream cone with ice cream in it. Hey, there's another Pokemon called Chandelier that literally is a chandelier. Or it's like Chandelier. I will fully admit that Gen 1 had stupid designs with Voltorb and Electrode. Sorry, not Electrobe. Electrode. But, yeah, the later generations don't have shit to say considering we had that monstrosities later on. Because that was stupid. But, yeah, they have to deal with... Or he talks to Kim Watanabe. He's the worst police chief in the world who doesn't... No one could have survived that crash. Didn't find a body, but no one could have survived it. He didn't survive. He didn't find his fucking body.
Doesn't want to listen to anything Justice Smith has to say because it's like, oh, I know you're grieving, so you must be in denial. And
it's so one is like, holy shit, are you dumb? Why would you... It's like, you did not find a body. That is the first major signs of a murder did not... Or somebody's death did not happen. It's like, we just call that a missing person. And it would have been one thing if they just said he's missing. It's like, we just don't know where he is. And it would have been even better if instead of him being brought in for his dad's death, to grieve. Even though, again, it's just one of those things he's kind of just called on the phone. Don't even know by who. We're guessing Ken Watanabe did it, but I don't even remember his frickin' name, do you? I'm like sitting there going, what was his name? Did he have a name? I don't know if they even said it.
He had it. It's like I saw it on his nameplate at the very beginning when Justice Smith was staring down that damn Pokemon.
It's Snubble.
It's like Yamita, Yamashi, Yamashito, something.
I don't know. But but it would have been one thing if he would have said, it's like, well, has your father, has he contacted you or anything like that?
At least give a voice. At least listen what he has to say for 5 seconds before dismissing it.
Yeah, it would have been one thing if they just had said he was missing. That would have been better. Because saying he's missing, then it gives Justice Smith, sorry, I'm going to keep calling him Justin because I'm stupid. But
to be fair, who names their kid Justice?
His parents?
Apparently.
Sorry, Justice, if you ever get popped for cocaine, I'm going to call it karma almost. But yeah, it's like, it would have been one thing if Justice was, like, well, did you search all the leads? Maybe he's almost angry that they really aren't doing much, and it would have hinted at, the conspiracy that there supposedly is. But no, it's just, oh, he's dead. We're not going to look any further into it. That would have been clue number 1. But yeah,
it's like, oh, crash car, no sign of him. Okay, he must have died.
Yeah, he just died through dying methods.
Moving on. Next case.
Yeah, and even then, it's like the Pikachu that, Ryan Reynolds is his dad's Pokemon partner. It's like, okay, does Ken Watanabe seriously not even know what one of his own detective's partners looks like? Or is he a private eye? Because it's what seems to be insinuating at points, but it does this shit job of doing it.
Yeah, I mean, Justice Smith even says, like, okay, well, his Pikachu survived, so it's entirely possible that my dad survived.
Yeah.
And
Ken Watanabe, no one could have survived that crash. The Pikachu did. He's
like,
little.
I was like, oh, I totally don't follow what you're getting at here.
Yeah.
Just one of the worst detectives in the history of detectives.
Jesus, yeah, he was so terrible.
Good actor, just bad character.
Oh, thank God he's going to be doing something better here in a few weeks.
He did realize the same guy from Godzilla Trailers.
Oh, yeah. Oh, trust me, first Godzilla, he's fucking phenomenal. He sends chills down your spine. It makes my dick hard every time he talks. He just has a presence, and that's the bad thing. It's like they waste such a good actor like Ken Watanabe. Mm-hmm. But then we also need to talk about the love interest, Lucy. Mm-hmm. Those who have seen Blockers or Paranormal Activity 4, the daughter from both of those.
The blonde daughter.
Yeah, the blonde daughter.
Okay, there were 3 daughters.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Blockers.
Yeah, the blonde daughter who, the only one who actually has sex.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. It's like Blockers, she shows she has talent. She can genuinely act. She can show emotions. Here, everything she says is over the top and so annoying every time because she talks like this really fast. And you're like, shut up.
Yeah, she's like really... Like, when she's first introduced, she's really dramatic about this. About, like, finding a story, chasing down a lead. And it's like... And, like, she's... coming down these stairs and you see her...
She's just grilling Justice Smith and it's like one of those...
Yeah, and like talking a mile a minute. It's like... I already don't like you.
Yeah.
You're annoying.
And really you just... I think we're all saying the same thing in our heads. Shut up, because who the fuck are you, lady?
Yeah.
And...
the only thing interesting about her is her Psyduck.
Yeah, because the Psyduck is great comic relief. And there's just cool things that happen with him, and it's kind of neat. But other than that, I think we were kind of talking about this beforehand. The real big problem about this Detective Pikachu, one, it's not a really good mystery at all. It's very just, go over here and do this thing, go over here and do this thing, go over here and do this thing.
Yeah, it's almost reminiscent of Valerian. Mm-hmm. Valerian, the something of 1,000 planets. City of 1,000
Yeah,
planets.
City of 1,000 Planets.
He was like, okay, go here. Well, now you gotta go here. Well, okay, well, now your girlfriend's been kidnapped, so we have to take a couple side quests. Okay, now,
Now
get back,
go over that thing.
get back to the main mission, the main quest, and it's like watching someone play a video game.
Yeah, and very much like Valerian, it's not a really interesting mystery. It's not a very interesting mystery here because by the time it starts to roll out, one, when you're introduced to Bill Nighy and just how he's acting, he's trying to seem, I'm super sympathetic, but I'm acting very evilish. He's the bad guy. And it turns out he's wanting to merge his brain with Mewtwo so he can make everybody merge with their Pokemon.
So that the Pokemon can evolve to their best self and humans can evolve to their best self by merging with their Pokemon.
It's so stupid and hackneyed. Like, the big thing this movie wants to push is the thing that most of the Pokemon games and also the movies a number of the movies want to push, and that is the bonds that exist between a Pokemon and their trainer. That, first off, is the big problem with this movie. These aren't people who have Pokemon because they're training them or anything. It's because they're their pets in all essence.
Yeah.
That's kind of an issue I take as a Pokemon fan. It's like, I want to see Pokemon battles. I want to explore more of is it okay that these Pokemon are doing this? In fact, I even have a headcanon that kind of fixes that fucking line from the first movie. That I might do a video over just me, because Megan doesn't need to sit there and just go, oh my god, he's a nerd.
You're like, okay, where's my bugs? Okay, you done? Okay. The one movie you were telling me about, was it a movie? Or,
oh yeah.
A couple times the one lives.
It's just like staring at the ceiling. She couldn't be more disinterested if she tried.
I was like, she showed a magazine like, you done yet?
But yeah, not only is the mystery not really interesting, the Pokemon, because they are just pets, they're kind of just background. They're just something that happens to be there. And yeah, they look pretty, they're cute. I get to see my Bulbasaurs. Yeah, I'm Bulbasaur all the way. Best starter ever.
They sound like kitties.
Yeah, that was another weird thing that bothered me. It's like, they didn't have the Bopa or anything. They didn't allow them to say their names. They just,
like, almost like little meows, almost.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
I said they were all but purring.
Yeah, and they were adorable, and that's the thing, is like a lot of these Pokemon are really cool, really adorable looking, but again, that's one of the things like that would make it really cool. Battles. There's only technically 2.
Well, because in this, perfect city where humans and Pokemons live together and work together in harmony, Poke battles are
forbidden.
Yeah, are outlawed. Yeah, you still have this one underground, fight club.
Yeah. Oh, technically, I guess you do see one hour battle between a Gengar and Blastoise. So I'm like, I want to see that. I don't give a shit about Justice Smith. It's like, that's fucking cool looking. Especially seeing a Blastoise fighting this Gengar's using, I guess, he's using some kind of move. It might be Multiply, who knows. But Blastoise having to do that spin attack where he's shooting every single one. Like, alright, that looks fucking awesome. I want to watch this. Or if they'd shown more of the Pokemon really existing with the humans in a sense of, working on... Like, you see at one point the Machamp who's doing the... directing traffic and stuff like that. It's like, alright, that's cool. I want...
It's like the Snorlax.
Yeah, Snorlax sleeping in the middle of the road is hilarious. It would have been cool to see more of that. I want to see the Pokemon really existing in this world. Have a Pokemon actually helping somebody, maybe have, a group of yard workers. Hey, they have a Scyther with them. And maybe a Scizor as well. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm being nerdy. It feels like this is...
Talk nerd.
Oh, yeah. How about I get my Charmander out? And...
Fuck am I marrying?
You married a nerd.
No kidding.
It feels like the Pokemon are constantly just a background thing. They just are there to say this is a Pokemon movie. Because realistically, this didn't have to have Pokemon almost. And I think that's the biggest sin I could say is like it's barely needs to have Pokemon. Like this could have been just some other thing. It could be fucking Digimon for all I care. Hell, technically Digimon did combine with their, or people did combine with their Digimon in later seasons. I usually just got weird. Let me throw on there. They were weird to begin with.
About to say.
Yeah, just.
I mean, from what you were telling me about the first Pokemon movie with Mewtwo, I was like, I don't fucking know. Like.
Oh, it didn't get dumb till the third one.
Yeah, because apparently, as Charlie tells me, this.
Technically, it's kind of connected to the first Pokemon movie.
Yeah.
It even mentions the Kanto region. It's like,
oh, the Mewtwo escaped 20 years ago, which...
It's like, so that's canon to this movie?
Or else it just really clever nod or something.
And... Oh...
And that's the thing, like, there's a lot of, like, little nods and stuff, like... This movie was clearly meant for fans and...
At the same time, I think they were trying to make the general public happy, which is where I think it gets this weird dichotomy. I can't pronounce that word. It gets where, you know, you're trying too hard to make, you know, the non-fans want to come in, but at the same time, you're not trying hard enough to keep the fans in. I think that's the reason why, even though this movie did make a decent amount in the box office, I don't think it's going to stick around. In fact, I don't think many people are going to remember this movie all that much. Not a bad movie by any stretch of the imagination, though we're kind of really railing it. It's like the CGI is good for what it is. Like there's some pretty neat little Pokemon, although they never felt real. That's one of the problems that kind of kept pestering me. Like the only one was really Pikachu. He felt like he was always there. Like the one scene with the Bulbasaurs felt very fake. It's like the Bulbasaurs did not feel like they were there. It felt like Justice Smith's just wandering in the fucking woods, chasing after hallucinations. Which would probably be a much more interesting Pokemon movie. And like I said, the acting, it feels like people are like, I know I'm in a kid's movie.
Yeah, it's never really... I'm not sure if we touched upon this. I think we sort of did. But it's never really explained why Justice Smith can understand Pikachu.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sort of...
It's sort of explained in the end, but it isn't.
But it's like, okay, well, if that's so, then how was only he able to communicate with Justice Smith and not like everybody else? Like, everybody else just heard the Pika Pika.
Yeah.
It's like, what? I mean, don't tell us because of the bond. Because I don't really want to spoil it, but...
I will.
Okay, well then...
Spoiler. Ryan Reynolds is his dad. Literally, Ryan Reynolds is his dad.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds playing the dad at the end, and...
his soul
yeah,
is
the reason
in
why there was no body found is because Mewtwo merged them in order to save Ryan Reynolds' life. Merged Pikachu, and it's like... Okay, so...
Why could Pikachu talk to him?
It's like, I can understand. It's like, okay, at that point, I guess Pikachu can talk. I can accept that. Why can you only talk to Justice Smith? And don't tell me it's because they're father and son. Like, they're estranged. And it's like, what does that have to do with anything anyway?
Yeah, especially since during the big Mewtwo merging everybody, he does do it to a number of people. Well, when he's under control of Bill Nye, he has combined his brain.
Yeah, he was like, does like mind link thing, but pull the thing off and, oh, Bill Nye's back in his own body. And
why nobody thought to do that during all this? Like, literally, Justice Smith just sits there on the ground for a while, just, oh, he hit me.
And it's like, oh, the mental link. It's like,
no fucking shit, asshole. This guy is stupid at that point. It was at that point, I kind of realized this movie's kind of silly.
Oh. It took that long for you?
Nah, it's just being goofy.
Dang.
But yeah, because that doesn't make sense that he's only able to understand him because, you know, the father and son, one, they're estranged, two, you know,
I mean, it's like
there's, why is Lucy unable to communicate? Because at one point she gets merged with her Psyduck.
like Psyduck?
And it's like, okay, so why can't Tim understand her? This movie has a lot of holes, but
Well, I mean, even after they're merged, Pikachu like recognizes Lucy and Psyduck like being merged together, and it's like, oh hey Lucy, and
he's able to talk with Psyduck, of course, because he's a Pokemon. But again, that's also not explained.
But, yeah, if I'm not saying like if I remember correctly, Lucy was still going Psyduck, Psyduck.
Yeah,
Was like still not actually talking. It's like.
that was that feel good. Oh, you heard that pop? That was making his neck.
Oh my god, I hate getting old.
Well, also, I will admit, there is also the goofiest damn scene in the entire flick is actually Bill Nighy's voice coming out of Mewtwo. His mouth moving. It's like, oh, is that just priceless? That's just precious. There, that's a whole can of stupid. Oh, and also, we do have to, and I will have to bring up the first movie again, Pokemon, the first movie. Mewtwo not talking was actually really fucking cool, because he did it all through mental projections. And again, the guy's voice is fucking phenomenal. Like, it sounds like a not bad guy, but he still can sound menacing as shit and make you shit your pants. With his voice, not just, you know, through his mental powers, like, I'm going to shoot a ball of death at you. Well, hope you know it's going to sound like, it's going to smell like poop afterwards. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's not terrible, it's just, it's poorly written. It feels exactly like what it is. It's a cash-in. And that's the worst problem with this movie, it's just, it's a cash-in. It's not a particularly good cash-in. It's not bad.
Yeah,
it's just...
it tries to, I guess, just service the fans while also trying to draw in the general crowd, and it just ends up kind of
accomplishing
middle
either.
of the road.
Yeah.
It's like, it wasn't bad, like whether you're a fan or not a fan, like it wasn't bad, but
it was, like, I don't know if we're going to remember this by next week.
I mean, even as a non-fan, I was like, yeah, I can kind of see some of the potential here and there, even though I'm not a fan of this stuff.
Yeah, and the bad thing is, I think
you know, it's like even you can even use this as an opportunity to introduce us non-fans into the world of Pokemon and kind of go into a little bit of depth like how some of the stuff works.
Yeah. Instead, they kind of just don't do anything with it.
Yeah, it's just wasted.
It's a lot of wasted potential.
Yeah, wasted potential. Just a lot of waste.
Yeah, it's
waste of Ryan Reynolds, although he is good.
Mm-hmm.
Waste of Ken
Watanabe. Waste of even Justice Smith. Like, I can see there is potential in the kid, just not given anything to do. He's just a bland kid. Mm-hmm. That's the best thing I can say about him. Like, again, I think if you made this a PG-13 Pokemon film, one, you are going to draw in your older fans. Because, one, they're like, oh, okay, so Pokemon's going to try and take this a little maturely. Just, I think this movie, maybe the script needed to go through a few more rewrites and help to explain to the cast, like, hey, I know this is a video game movie, but let's treat this as a film. Let's treat this as something good. Like, Ryan Reynolds does give a good performance, just not allowed to just get it all out. Like, I believe Jay Witt said it best. We want to see Pikachu say fuck because it would have been hilarious. Like, sure, it's not going to be for kids, but Pokemon doesn't have to be geared simply at kids. To keep your fan base that's going to constantly age with it, because that's always Pokemon's biggest problem, is that eventually the age group grows out of it. To do that, you need to give them something more. And that's just the thing this movie doesn't give. It doesn't give you anything more. this easily could have been an Ash Ketchum story that would have just been as forgettable as every other fucking Pokemon movie. So, what do you give this movie that was a final score, since tired talking about Detective Pikachu?
Like I said, it's middle of the road. I'm gonna give it 5.
Yeah, this is easily a 5 movie. It probably could be worse. Just there is enough charm with the film that keeps me from being as cynical as it probably could be. But damn, if it's like I said, it's not a forgettable shit movie. You're not gonna remember this movie. If you really wanted to go see go see a long shot. It's funny. Go see Avengers Endgame.
I'm gonna say go give Endgame some more money.
Yeah.
Like,
you can miss Detective Pikachu until it comes on cable or something.
yeah.
I mean, it seems mean because it's like, oh, we're not going to get a live-action Pokemon movie. Yeah, but I'd rather them give us a good live-action Pokemon movie. I don't need a middling one at best, and that feels like I'm being kind of generous to it.
If you're going to do something wholeheartedly. Go balls to the wall, go big or go home. Basically.
Yeah, that's the reason why I told people, go see Aquaman. Tell DC we want these movies, not that movie. We're going to steal. Fuck that movie.
Yeah, we've already decided, Zack Snyder, you are forbidden from doing comic book movies ever again.
You can do Darkhawk. I'll let you do Darkhawk. Oh, Moon Knight. He would probably do a great Moon Knight, and I'll explain why I think he'd do a great Moon Knight. Even though
He just spoke Japanese to me.
Well, to be fair, they are Marvel movies. I think he would actually do a badass job at them.
You say so.
I know so. But hey, that's Detective Pikachu. Like I said, meh. Yeah, it's not terrible. I think if you take kids, they might kind of enjoy it, though I think they might get a little bored throughout parts of it, because there's a lot of stuff where there's not really much in the way of Pokemon. Like, there's Pokemon kind of in the background, like, oh, look, there's a Slaking. Oh, look, there's a Machamp. Oh, there's a Ditto. I don't need that in my Pokemon movie. I'd rather them, instead of them being furniture to look at, I'd rather them play a pivotal part of the film. And Mewtwo barely plays a part, because you don't even know he's fucking a part of it till like the beginning. And they're like, all right, I won't see part of any more of it. So, meh. But hey, we'll be back next week with
probably John Wick 3.
Yeah, we're gonna be back with John Wick 3. I gotta introduce this one to John Wick.
So you still gotta show me the first 2.
I'll watch the second one. I haven't seen the second one. Sorry, y'all. I know everybody loves John Wick. I thought the first movie was so okay. I was like, everybody's like, it's fantastic. I'm like, it's okay. I've seen a lot better action movies in the past 20 years. But hey, then we'll see y'all next week. Till then, go ahead and give Endgame and Longshot some more money. So until then, we'll see y'all later. So bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.